This was the play right here when I realized that LeBron James is officially back. This was the moment right here where I said LeBron James is the best passer that I've ever watched on tape. And this was the moment that I think things kind of started to flip for the Lakers. They kind of started to pull away. The momentum kind of favored the Lakers at the same time. Now think about this play here for a second. There's about 6 seconds left. LeBron gets the ball. He just kind of slowly walks up the court. He turns his back against Isaiah Collier, and he throws an absolute missile to Gabe Vincent, who's on the other side of the court. And of course, Vincent hits the 3, and the Lakers go up 11 to end the third quarter. The Lakers absolutely dominated that third quarter yesterday against Utah. They outscored them by 15 points. But truth be told, this game, the biggest difference came in the fourth quarter when LeBron James just kind of took over. LeBron James' passing really impressed me. And it's kind of crazy because so many of the questions and even like issues that I've kind of had with the Lakers this season kind of got answered in that game yesterday. You know, the Lakers have struggled with movement. They've had too much ISO ball at this point, or at least up to this point. They've struggled with guys being able to find open passing lanes and get into those open areas of the court. Guys have cut, but the passes haven't been made, or they're just struggling to get quick, easy points down in the paint. And in yesterday's game, we kind of saw all of this answered, and we're going to watch some of LeBron James' passes because so much of what LeBron did in that moment, in the end of the third quarter with that pass to Vincent, and then going into the fourth quarter, he had 6 assists and probably a 7th that should have counted, but Ayton unfortunately missed the pass, or he missed the bucket initially, and then he kind of tips it back in a second time. As soon as the fourth quarter started, Utah scored 2 super quick buckets. That cut the lead down to 7 for the Lakers. But then that's when LeBron James kind of just took over. On this first play here, Jake LaRavia is going to go screen for LeBron, so he's going to just essentially roll through it. And he's not really screening, and LeBron doesn't like the pass to LaRavia, right? He doesn't like what he sees right there. And then Hayes comes and screens, and LeBron's going to quickly bounce the ball to Hayes, who slams it down hard. This play right here fired everybody up, at least from a momentum perspective. The Jazz kind of scored 2 quick buckets to start the fourth, 7-point game. And then LeBron James, just a really nice pass. And Jackson Hayes gets up super high. It's an absolute athletic basketball player. LeBron James, the IQ is off the charts. On this next play right here, you're going to get LeBron James, who's going to throw it cross-court to Gabe Vincent, who takes 1 dribble to clear, and then he hits a 3 as well. I want you guys to think about this play right here. The vision by LeBron James. There's a lot of guys between him and Gabe Vincent, but he has that vision to see a guy, and then on top of that, to be able to get the ball to him. To be able to have the arc on the pass that it's going to end up getting to Gabe Vincent, to me, this is impressive stuff by LeBron James. But, of course, this is something LeBron's kind of done over the course of his career. But I bring this up because one of the things the Lakers have struggled with is being able to, move the ball efficiently and have wide open opportunities. And yesterday, LeBron James came in, and especially in that fourth quarter with those 6 assists, he did that, right? He got guys the ball like Gabe Vincent, it's not even a clear pass, but he's able to make it happen. He's able to jump up and essentially arc the pass in a way where Gabe Vincent's able to hit the 3. That is such a difficult play to make, but this next one by LeBron James was absolutely beautiful. LeBron James going to get a screen by DeAndre Ayton, who's going to end up rolling, and somehow LeBron James softly touches the ball right to Ayton, who ends up dunking it. Just a thing of beauty on this one. But what's crazy about this play is you can't even really tell that LeBron James is going to pass this. Like, he doesn't show that he's going to, potentially pass this. Like, he just kind of looks straight and just kind of throws the ball. And you don't even see that the pass really happened. And you can just tell LeBron James, when it comes to passing, he's different, man. He is easily the best passer in all of basketball. His vision, it's elite stuff. But what's crazy about this last play right here, where LeBron kind of softly touches it to Ayton, is the spacing is beautiful. If DeAndre Ayton doesn't like what he sees, he can kick this out to Austin Reaves. He's wide open, and what's crazy is this is kind of what happens when LeBron James starts to drive. As a defense, you don't know where the ball's going to go. You don't know where he's going to end up passing it. And as long as guys continue to rotate and they continue to find those open lanes, the Lakers are going to continue to score points. LeBron James is going to continue to have this type of success. And here's another thing to kind of note. LeBron James' role with the Lakers yesterday was way different than what we've kind of seen in the past. Now, some people are saying, obviously, it's his first game back, so he didn't try to score too many points. He didn't try to rebound the ball. But some people also feel like LeBron James should just potentially stick to this role. And we'll talk about that at the end of this video because I think it's very, very important. It's a conversation we need to have. Now, another thing, of course, that the Lakers will kind of struggle with this season is transition offense. They are the second worst transition offense. coming into this game, and the Lakers still find a lot of success scoring on the offensive side, but just being able to get easy buckets, I think, is a huge part of being able to have success. Because there's going to be those games where it's tough defensively. When you get into your half-court offense, you're not going to get as many, you're not going to score as many. Your field goal percentage is going to be a little bit lower. Maybe the team's a little bit better on the defensive side. But if you're a good transition offense, like OKC, for example, easy buckets will always lead to being able to win. And on this next play here, that's exactly what ends up happening for the Lakers. So the Los Angeles Lakers are going to get the rebound. They're going to get into this transition attack mode. Reaves is going to pass the ball to LeBron, who's going to end up attacking, only to hit a wide open DeAndre Ayton who's cutting to the basket. Again, the Lakers haven't done a great job with transition offense. And in yesterday's game, especially when LeBron James kind of started to get going, things are just quicker, man. The ball was more efficient. Things are just happening for the Lakers, essentially, right? Now, another area the Lakers have struggled with is guys aren't efficiently moving and cutting to the lane. Yesterday, LeBron James found a Jake LaRavia who's cutting to the lane. And again, it just kind of shows you it's just so much better. It's just so much crisper with LeBron out there because of the passing that he can do. The vision, right? LeBron James' vision is absolutely incredible. And again, yesterday, just watching LeBron James get those 6 assists in the fourth quarter, the offense just looks so much better. And I know, most people that watched that game yesterday probably felt the same way. The offense just looked a lot smoother. And JJ Redick's going to have to figure out how he can balance, the movement, the smoothness with LeBron James out there with Luka taking 20 plus shots every game, because that should not stop. Luka should continue to shoot as many shots as he can. That's where Luka Doncic is best, essentially, right? There was one more assist that LeBron James had. This was the 12th assist that LeBron had. And this one's going to come to Jake LaRavia, who's wide open. This is a nice pass by LeBron. LaRavia hits the 3. And then he did have one play. I believe it was the very next play as well. And keep in mind, all of these plays are basically back to back to back, right? It's not like there's a bunch of drives in between these. This last one right here, really nice job being able to get DeAndre Ayton the ball. This is kind of transition offense because it happens still when there's like 17 seconds left on the shot clock. So it's kind of fast, right? The Lakers were kind of coming back. The Utah was still kind of setting up in their defense. And they ended up getting Keontae George on DeAndre Ayton, which is a huge mismatch. Now, the beautiful thing with a guy like LeBron James is he knows where to put the ball. And not only does he know, it actually happens. Like, he doesn't just think like, hey, I'm going to back shoulder this pass to DeAndre Ayton. It actually ends up happening. He actually gets the ball to DeAndre Ayton on the back shoulder. The vision that LeBron has, the processing, and then, of course, the execution of those passes is beautiful. A 6'4" against a 7-foot DeAndre Ayton, that's a huge mismatch. And just like that, you score another bucket. Now, this one doesn't technically count for LeBron James as an assist. That doesn't really matter. It is what it is. LeBron James dominated, man. Just a phenomenal game by LeBron James. And let's just wrap it up. Let's talk a little bit about the role that LeBron James had yesterday and why some people are saying that the Lakers should just stick to this role for LeBron James. They should not, they should not have LeBron say, hey, we need you to start, shooting 20 plus shots. The Lakers are very talented this season on the offensive side. This is probably the most offensive firepower they have when you consider all the different players that can score points. You look at Luka, obviously at the top. Austin Reaves can score points. Guys like Rui Hachimura can shoot. Jake LaRavia can shoot. Gabe Vincent can score points as well, right? He's a pretty good basketball player in my opinion as well. Given he's like your 7th option. Ayton can score points. LeBron can obviously score points. But some people have said that would it be smart for the Lakers to say, hey, we're going to put LeBron James in a role where he doesn't shoot as many shots. Instead of LeBron James trying to score 25, 30 points every single night, would it make more sense for LeBron to use his energy as more of a point guard, as more of a ball handler, as a guy who's kind of, helping on defense and doing some of the little things? I know LeBron James might want to score 35 points every single game, but some of what people are saying does kind of make sense a little bit. Luka's going to shoot a lot of shots already. I think if LeBron James starts to shoot a lot of shots as well, that does kind of take away from some of these other guys. Like Jake LaRavia, for example, didn't start off great, but he finished that game really well. He got into rhythm down the line, and he started hitting his shots. Rui Hachimura struggled a little bit, especially early on. Eventually, he started hitting some of his shots as well. And I think for the Lakers, making sure these guys like LaRavia, like Rui Hachimura, Marcus Smart, who struggled a little bit scoring points recently as well, I think it's very important to make sure these guys are in rhythm, night in, night out, and they're confident essentially, and they're able to score those points. I think for the Lakers, if it comes down to you're in a situation where it's a playoff game and you need a bucket, and LeBron James has 13 points, he can score at any point. But I do like the idea of saying, hey, LeBron, let's go out there and just be a ball handler and just be a facilitator, get other people the ball. I like that Lakers team, and we saw it kind of work yesterday against Utah. Luka wasn't even on the court when LeBron James had those plays that he essentially had. So I think for the Lakers, it is something you have to consider. Another thing people have talked about is the fact that would it make sense for LeBron and Luka to kind of continue to play opposite minutes, which is something they did a lot yesterday. Luka and LeBron obviously both started. LeBron came out with like 5-6 minutes into that game. And he came back with like 2 minutes left in that game. And then I think Luke came out at that point. And then LeBron kind of handled the ball and kind of facilitated and was kind of put in charge of just kind of handling the ball for the Lakers. The Lakers have a lot of options, man. I'm excited for this team. What we saw yesterday against Utah, hopefully they can continue to fine-tune it, continue to replicate it, and hopefully they're able to continue to have success. We saw guys like Maxi Kleber not really play. Jarrett Vanderbilt did not play. So there's still some things the Lakers will have to figure out. Kleber played 2 minutes and 40 seconds yesterday, and that was literally at the end of the game when all the starters kind of came out. On the other side of that, Jackson Hayes played over 15 minutes yesterday. And Hayes was pretty solid, right? The guy ended up having, I believe, 8 points yesterday. He had a couple of and ones. I think one ended up not counting, so he could have had up to 11 points potentially. Hayes was very solid yesterday for the Lakers. And, he's a lob threat. Same with DeAndre Ayton, their lob threats. Kleber can shoot, though. So, again, I think for the Lakers, does he fit as well with LeBron James? Or is Rui a potential better fit with LeBron James? So, again, these are things that the Lakers will have to kind of figure out as they go forward. But it's a great problem to have. Also, another thing I just want to kind of throw out there. Austin Reaves was 7 of 11, right? So, super efficient. He didn't get into at no point yesterday did Austin Reaves have to get into a mode of, hey, I need to have the ball. I need to score. I need to, the momentum switching for the Jazz. And, there was a moment in which the Jazz had 7, 8, 9 point lead early on in the game, right? Like Austin Reaves there was never a moment where he felt or he tried to just score, right? Like I'm going to force a shot. Everything Austin Reaves did yesterday came essentially naturally, right? And I think for the Lakers, is the best spot you can be in when guys like Austin Reaves does not have to force shots and he can still have over 20 points. Another thing Austin Reaves did yesterday that I think is super underrated is he forced a ton of turnovers. 6 forced turnovers by Austin Reaves. To me, Austin Reaves is a smart ass player, right? This is just a fact. If you watch Austin Reaves tape, he's good on the offensive side. He can handle the ball, he can pass, he can kind of do those things. He can attack the bucket. But his awareness and his IQ, I think, is a lot higher, and it's just a lot smarter than what people realize. And on the defensive side yesterday, he had a huge impact. And even Jake Robbie is a little underrated on the defensive side. Maybe these guys aren't great in one-on-one matchups, but they're good in terms of, attacking passing lanes. A guy's trying to kick it, like LaRabia will get his hand in there and he'll tip it, or Austin Reaves will take that passing lane away. And I think those are the underrated things that people might not realize. Again, Austin Reaves, 6 forced turnovers. Just a really, really nice job overall by the Los Angeles Lakers. Also, Adou Theiro did not play in yesterday's game, which is not surprising. Or he did not play in the parts where it mattered, again, which is not surprising. But he did play down when the game was essentially over. And he came in and he had a pretty nice dunk. And if you guys did not see it, it was, to me at least, it was a really, really impressive dunk, given the fact that you just continue to see the flashes. Continue to see the movement that Theiro has. And I'm telling you guys, at some point, I don't know how healthy he is, how he feels after playing, right? He hasn't obviously played 30 minutes in a game, so I don't know how he would feel, how his hips and his knees would feel at that point, right? But Adou Theiro, to me, has so much potential. And just the athleticism flashes every time he's out there on the court. Every time he's out there. So I want to see how he continues to develop, and I want to see if he can actually get into the rotation. Jarrett Vanderbilt did not play yesterday. Someone needs to come out there and play defense, and I know Marcus Smart played a lot yesterday. And, of course, you have guys like LaRabia and Reaves, who I think are a little underrated. LeBron was back, and he can play defense as well. But what happens when you play guys like, Jason Tatum, or what happens when you play guys that can score a lot of buckets and are super athletic? Who's going to cover those guys at that point? So I want to see if Adou Theiro can potentially come in and play. Maybe it's Jared Vanderbilt that you end up kind of going to. Maybe it's Marcus Smart. You just match him up on. Either way, man, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate all the support that I've gotten from you guys. The Adou Theiro video I did not expect it to hit over 130,000 views, which is wild. And a lot of you guys have subscribed at this point. And I appreciate the support. I really do. Obviously, I'm new to covering the Los Angeles Lakers. I have a Raiders channel that I do content on. Some of you guys know that. Some of you guys don't. A lot more comfortable talking football than I am basketball, especially like, actually talking on a camera. It's just different talking basketball. But I enjoy it, man. I love basketball. It's the first sport that I fell in love with. So I'm excited to kind of talk Lakers basketball. Let me know what you guys think, man. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time with another video.